for 4 years.
Wasn't enough to overcome. Or there was.
But they on Monday, like in Pennsylvania, they put in a restraining order so that they could quit. They started wiping the machines. So they weren't supposed to wipe the machines.
Right.
Because they can go and improve where the voter fraud happened. They were going and cleaning out a computer or whatever.
They were
going in and
Almost like bleach bits.
And basically, one judge said, no, you can't do it. And then he recanted for like 45 minutes. And during that 45 minutes, they wiped like 15 machines. And
Right.
then he came back and said, no.
It was like the moment.
And now they can't find the hard drive.
It was like the moment they were waiting on
It
the
was
judge
like
to
it was
say,
weird.
yes, you can go ahead and wipe them. And they were like sitting there with their finger on the delete button, just waiting.
To pull these
And
hard
the
drives
moment
out.
they did, they hit it.
That's not true.
It is.
That was in the court hearing that we listened to.
Yeah.
That's under oath in the court hearing.
And then it's either today or tomorrow.
Live.
And it's either today or tomorrow that Nevada has their fraud hearing.
I think we have theirs.
No.
But see, like, everybody was
Or
upset
just like
because
with the press.
Georgia
Yeah.
certified. Well, Georgia had to certify.
They have to certify to sue the court.
Yeah, it has to be a certified.
That's the way Georgia works.
Audit. They have to
Audit.
certify it.
Right.
You can't audit until after it's certified.
Right. So yeah,
They were not under oath at that hearing, and it was not a court hearing.
it was a court hearing,
It wasn't.
and they have to be
It was
under
a-
oath in a
It might
court
not
hearing.
have been a court of law, but it was a Senate court hearing, which makes it even above your county court. or your
Yes.
district court. Your Senate court hearing, if you listen correctly to the Trump attorney, that you have the right as a senator, as a conglomerate within that Senate,
Mhm.
to take over your government at any time. Your governor is shit if the Senate decides they're gonna take it over.
Yep.
They have the right within the Constitution to take back over the government.
Yes, they
That's
do.
their job. If they feel like the rest of their government
Hey,
has
Ryan.
run rampant, they can go, no, I'm pulling the reins back, fuck you, I have control now.
Yep.
They can decide who gets the electoral votes and no one else.
It's the same. I mean,
It's a constitutional right within the United States for
Yep.
your senators to control the government within your state.
it is.
Period. She said, dot, dot, dot. Were you waiting to say that?
I don't get rampant about a lot of things. When you start talking about against the Constitution, we have an issue.
Change the subject. So, is it serious gifts or bad gifts?
Hey, here's the thing. We're going to talk about all that later.
So,
We'll talk about all that later.
Guys, here's the thing, we're still here. I've had some people ask me where our videos are. We have been shadow banned, not even joking. Like, yeah, if you go into my deal for my creator, nobody's seen my stuff on For You page. It's all followers. That's it. You and my For You page.
Right. I don't, good morning. I don't understand.
Yeah, I used to get 20,000 to 50,000 views on videos, and I'm getting like 3,000. Like it used to be.
Yeah, see, even Deborah here, she says she's been missing the video.
go to Spokane, Washington with me.
I will.
Because I really, really want to go watch Charlton. Gonzaga. Just I go see her. I really, really want to go see Gonzaga. And Tarleton playing them is
Yeah,
a
I'm
really good
honestly
reason to
thinking
go to
about
Spokane.
Oh, I know. Tarleton's really stepping up in there. Something with them being Division One, they're gonna. I know.
Super excited about
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna be.
But
I
I'm a
mean,
huge Gonzaga fan.
Tarleton's really stepping up their stuff. I mean, I'm glad they went Division One. Look at Steppy and her little mustache.
Jacob earlier is the last update you have.
Yeah, and so people have been asking me about Jacob Yoder and all that. Well, here's what I know. The flat, his natural flat, was magically somehow infected, so they couldn't put it in. Mind you, they knew, the hospital knew that the flat was infected this entire time. That's why they created such a problem for him to go have the surgery, because they were hoping it would just be given up on because it got infected. Why did it get infected? Well, there's one or two reasons for that. Those are A, the flap was left out of basically the refrigerator, so it wouldn't stay nice and cold for bacteria not to grow. Or B, it was not stored in a proper container to allow to keep bacteria from growing on it. But the hospital wasn't going to admit that until it came down to the nut cutting, and we got him ready to go over there. I have already talked to the Joint Commission for Hospital Accreditation. They have already sent requests for records and storage to said hospital. And I have a feeling Christiana Hospital is probably fixing to get hit with about a $3 million fine. And I think it's funny. I think it's sad that Christiana did this to him.
Right.
But I think it's funny that Christiana thought they weren't going to get caught and now faces at minimum a $3 million fine. Right now, their legal team is saying, open your checkbook. Because right now, Jacob Yoder can have any and everything he wants. So, it's just, Jacob Yoder got screwed. Luckily, we were able to, get some sort of resolution in the end. So, how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Everybody knew our hair spot. That was good. That's how ours was.
We went to my mother-in-law's out at the lake. Oh, my father-in-law got the whole deck.
Are you gonna die?
Got it all fixed, and the roof over the deck. Oh, it's so nice sitting out there. Then we had to go to my family's. Every fucking year since God walked this earth, my family and Thanksgiving, there has to be some sort of drama. There has to be. I don't know why. I think God's sitting upstairs laughing at me. Because and for the last 3 years running, it's the drama has surrounded my aunt, one of my aunts, and or her children. Okay. Last year, my cousin had the flu and laid in my other aunt's bed damn near all day from the flu. My second cousin said, as a nurse practitioner, I wouldn't have even let her come to Thanksgiving. Oh, my second cousin, who's also a nurse practitioner, said, I wouldn't have even let her come to Thanksgiving. And of course, my aunt takes defending her kids to the extreme. Got all pissed off, started crying, and everything else, ran out the house. And last year, my grandmother got hit in the head with a football. That my son threw. My grandmother saw stars that my 5-year-old threw that football.
Throw hands.
The one that was a hipster.
The one
What was it, your daughter or your son? Like a hooker.
when she walked in from getting dressed, my friend said, "Who are you supposed to be?"
Oh yeah.
I thought she was dressed up for Halloween.
Is this Amanda? Oh.
23-year-old who thinks she's hot shit. She called me. She said, "You offended my boyfriend by asking him so many questions and making fun of him." Being
Oh, well.
And I said,
He was a liberal in Jessica's house.
yeah. And so I said, well, I'm sorry. I guess your boyfriend just needs to grow the fuck up and grow their balls. And she said, "We're gonna throw hands at Christmas if you act like this." I said, "Bitch, come throw hands now."
So then this year, my aunt, she like didn't want to be there all day because they had moved down to the coast and they were trying to, they wanted to get back and wanted to get back and wanted to get back and wanted to get back. Well, so every year at Thanksgiving, everybody's name gets written on a piece of paper, put into a hat. If you're a girl, your name goes into this hat. If you're a boy, your name goes into this hat. Girls buy a present for the girls whose name they draw. Boys buy a present for the boy whose name they draw. My cousin, who had the flu last year, that my aunt got all pissed off over, her name got left out. And so we had to deal with that she is not important, that nobody cares about her. My 14-year-old niece is the one that wrote the names on the piece of paper and put them in the thing. She forgot one name. I've written the names on the pieces of paper and put them in the thing, and I've forgotten names before. I mean, it was stupid. And then my other cousin offended my grandmother because she couldn't read her writing. That's exactly right.
Don't know how to read cursive.
And my grandmother got pissed. And I was like, yeah. Because here's the thing. I am on the bottom row of my grandmother's totem pole. Okay. I'm always the one that gets in trouble by her. I'm always the one that gets yelled at by her. If I'm in her house, a cat could sneeze 4 blocks away and somehow I did it. Okay. Well, my second cousin, God love her, she took the place she took my place on the totem pole. My mom and I told my mom, I was like, yeah, she took my place. Guess what? I'm moving on up Nana's ladder. Oh yeah, I was excited as hell. I am no longer on that bottom rung. My second cousin took my place. I felt like Muhammad Ali.
Watch the Tyson Jones fight.
I heard that was nothing but a bitch fight that wound up in a crowd.
Yeah, it was like the first debate. It was a couple of girls slapping each other. The Tyson Jones. It was 8 2-minute rounds. No option.
Christmas. Thanksgiving was supposed to be a doctor. I got to the city in my lap.
Yeah, she didn't go to med school. She went to phlebotomy school. Oops.
That's a dramatic.
That's a big difference. You're talking about 18 years.
Not a lab tech. It was very awkward at dinner.
I mean,
What the fuck is this?
see, like at my aunt's house, we had to. Everybody had to. My aunt had a thankful tree. Okay, and you had
That's
to,
always dangerous.
and you had to write
What you
on a leaf one thing that you were thankful for and hang it on the tree. And it couldn't be like, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my dogs. It had to be something, real. No, what I put was, I was thankful for stupid people. Because without, my grandmother actually laughed. I think I moved 2 rungs up the ladder. I'm telling you right now, I am like the Jefferson, moving on up. Oh yeah, so I was thankful for stupid people. Why? Two reasons.
That's the mustache on your face. I can't even look at you.
The reason why I'm thankful for stupid people is, A, it is job security. Okay? Because somebody's always going to cut their finger off, cut their leg off, fall down a flight of stairs because they were drunk or something, which means, or just simply trip over air like Sunny. And that means we get to do the billing, right? So I'm thankful for stupid people for there. So that's number one. The second reason why I am thankful for stupid people is because it gives me so much joy to make fun of them. Okay? It gives me so much joy to make fun of stupid people. So I am grateful for stupid people. My grandmother, on her thankful leaf, wrote in cursive that she was grateful, she was thankful for being able to go to my second cousin's playoff football game. Okay. On varsity as a sophomore, made the playoffs, and they got their ass handed to them. Okay. It was like one of those, I guess because everybody gets to go to the playoffs now, they got to go to the playoffs, but they had to play the number one team in the state. And I mean, my God, that fucking game was over in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter.
You play number one.
Yes. So, but my grandmother put that she was thankful that she got to go to the football game. Somehow, it got interpreted from my second cousin that took my place on the ladder that she got to go watch junior varsity football. Nobody but my second cousin saw junior varsity on that leaf. And my grandmother said, well, I guess I just won't write anything anymore. Victory was mine. It was like Rocky Balboa just wanting to fight, Adrian! I won that day.
What team did you play for?
They got their asses stomped by Brock.
Oh.
I mean, like
Which is like unheard of.
Brock, mind you, Brock has had football for all of about 6 years now.
And one state.
Brock, they took early and picked him up. Threw them down their heads.
And kicked them
And then they did the next I mean, it was 27 to nothing at the end of 4 minutes of the first quarter. It was over.
That's not funny.
I mean, it was over. Are you eating my fucking Rice Krispie treat, you savage bitch?
No, you didn't just do that disgusting.
What the hell is that? Oh my God. She just spit out all over herself. What the fuck?
Oh, friends, I thought it was Wednesday. I asked Jessica. I said it's Wednesday. She said no, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Did you just put it back in your mouth?
Oh my God.
What the hell? You bougie bitch.
We have literally put it on my mouth.
Yeah, but what's touched your shirt?
Wait, you
Jack, what school did you go to? Huh?
Did you
No, she did. No.
Who Jack went to school where? What about everybody?
Well, Jack said that he played early back in the day, and I'm trying to figure out what school he went to because he may have.
Come be the camera crew.
Jessica, it's funny.
Anybody know where
We had like 100 viewers, right? He gets on, it goes to 27
Why?
That's who Braden plays tomorrow.
graders.
Really?
We know you're going to Daniel's live and leaving ours. You mean ass people.
They love me. I love you too.
Well, that's Lilo. Everybody doesn't know Lisa. She doesn't get on.
Lilo is old. Lilo is 45.
I'm 45. Mhm.
45. Old.
Oh.
I love you, Jazzy. Are all of us, are all of you related? Not a one of us are related.
I'm his sister.
Not by blood.
I'm a sister though.
Yeah. Why is there 3 different views of the live? Why would we just do that? Oh my God.
I would shoot myself in the face if I was 19 or 20 again.
That's the whole reason why she shoot herself in the face.
Well, then I have to go back and pop out 3 kids. We already had this discussion about how I hated being pregnant.
Hi from Philly.
It's always
That's at least that's what the TV show says.
Daniel.
Better than the ones you've been saying?
So just FYI, open enrollment for Medicare and for regular insurance ends pretty quick. 7th is Medicare, 15th is insurance. So
Everybody. Cody Gordon said, "What's up?"
who comes? Hello. I'm not sure. You went to Godly? We probably played you, Jack. The ladies' usernames, well, there's Jessica Weir Dudley, there's Katie May 90, there's Lilo Jackson 25, Lilo Jackson 1. Oh, Lilo Jackson 21, good God Almighty. There's Stephanie Mangrum 183, and then there's Sunny Royer. I don't. You'll have to. Fuck up. Who is my favorite? Who is my favorite lady in my office?
Me.
Ooh. No. No. I think Lila's probably my favorite because Lila don't cause me no problems.
I just shut my door and left.
Bitch! You walk into my office and ask me the stupidest ass jokes on God's green earth.
Guys, I get to that quit asking him dumb jokes. Even though y'all laugh at my
Days I may say words all day long and that's it.
There are days I don't even know you're here.
Too much.
I am not married to none of these. I could not be.
empty rooms here. So you could come in, you could come, you could set cameras up everywhere, we could live stream, and you could have your own room.
I don't know about all that.
Everyone said if we had a show, they would watch us and then said, I'll come set up cameras everywhere, we could just live stream you all day.
Right? What?
Curse words in Italian.
Listen, you're not in the fucking 24/7.
Yeah, he's not that funny.
I gotta get my book.
Sometimes he's a jackass. That's Russian. Italian.
was yesterday.
Got your book.
How to swear around the world.
Yes, but we need to tell you.
And I don't drink.
Oh no, this was funny.
That dead man's coffee. Oh my gosh, it kills me.
Che Attacabatoni. Attacabatoni. It says, what a buttonholer. What a buttonholer.
What a butthole.
My translator. See.
Really wheel. Let's see. Let's see.
Go darts.
Let's see if there's some more Italiano.
Okay, let's go Italian.
I'm looking. Okay. Bacamuto. He doesn't even say it right. It's vaca muto. Vaca muto.
Vaca, cow.
Okay, well, for one,
It, this is universally used vaca muto as a woman who is large, sluggish, and thick-headed.
Vaca. Vaca in Spanish and in Italian and stuff is pretty much the same. It's cow. Vaca is.
I love this thing. Your translator sucks. Again, it sucks.
We don't always get paid. We usually just do it.
What?
How do y'all get paid when you work a case?
Oh,
We don't usually get paid like I said. We do it like we do it. Depending on what it is. of
Most
course.
people consider this a staff meeting. You're the craziest staff meeting.
well, I guess you consider that something y'all get paid.
That's cultural.
We learn stuff.
Yeah.
The reason why, let's have a conversation about this, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the reason why I have a mustache is because I have a mustache. And I waxed it. And I waxed her left a few stragglers.
I just filled them in.
And
I filled them in.
Russian.
And I, well, then go get your fucking marker and finish it. I'll drop the hasalat,
but it's a dry base marker.
which means I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Let's see. Ooh,
And it's on my
this
desk.
place, this office right here is a bardock, a brothel.
Why not a brothel?
Can I take this one off?
Yeah, go get you some.
I got it.
Oh God, here we go. Now we're gonna be messing with Stephanie's mustache. Why are you gonna go to sleep? You don't look very good. Like, well, I mean, like, you don't look.
Spell it.
Da da da
You
da
spell
da 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 da.
Why did you use it?
What did you think of that song you reacted to? Oh, Dick Down in Dallas. It's kind of, I mean, it's funny.
It's catchy.
It's, I mean, it is not the same lines. It is not along the same lines as the WAP. I'm sorry, it's not. It's totally different. But at the same time, I cannot stand Cardi B, so I don't give a flying fuck if that bitch is speaking. I don't like it. But that's just my personal opinion. So what? Oh, that's what I was trying to do, and I went the wrong way. Look at Stephanie.
Oh my Lord.
That's funny.
This office is like a southern doctor house for insurance, and I love it.
I'll tell you. Well, luckily,
Could you look at me now?
No, that's
but you know, it's funny about insurance though, because after the November 4th election or November 3rd, insurance has gotten so much better. You know, now the election is over with. I mean, we don't have the issues that we were having between October 1st and November 3rd. So, you know, we're having better luck with stuff, I think.
Yeah, they're starting to pay.
I mean, they really are.
But those that are sitting out there that were sitting there before the election, they're still sitting on those bitches.
How did I meet these beautiful ladies? Which ones are you referring to there, Jazzy? You must not be watching our live. Does Daniel hold the door open for you? Fuck no!
Yes.
I'm the Lord. They hold the door open for me. I pay them. Yes. Oh my God. Wow.
Let me see if I'm.
Unibrow with a mustache.
She looks like that Russian, that Polish one that's on Dodgeville. I can't.
She can barely speak in English.
Against Daniel because you're so quiet.
No, I have a migraine. I've taken.
She is a migraine. How did I? Okay, so how did I meet these people and them come to work for me? Well, Kat showed up at my office because she was getting the shit beat out of her by her ex-boyfriend, and Jessica sent her up to me so she could get a job. And then Kat brought Stephanie in, and then Jessica quit her job and come to work for me. But Jessica and I have known each other for 25 years. Stephanie brought Sunny, and Jessica brought Lisa. So that's how it all. Whoa. Hi. Who that? Who's your best? Oh, okay. Now, what? Oh, did you give her a Fu Manchu? Oh my God! It's drawing Stephanie Day, y'all. We're drawing on Stephanie.
Look,
Like you need something that'll do your tooth.
I am the only man in this office, yes. Which is why I try to run away half the time. That's why I'm always gone. Especially like whenever I feel the estrogen surge. Like I can feel it. I'm like, I'm out. Oh my God. What do I think about Nancy Pelosi? I think that Nancy Pelosi is the devil's sister reincarnated. Oh yeah, Sonny called the Grinch. Which lady is wise? Which lady is wise? It had to be Lisa because she's the oldest. Well, I love you all, but Lisa's the wisest one. She doesn't act a fool like y'all do.
Freaking looks like an out of control.
Dude. I mean, drag something in my face.
I'm gonna need you to go woman. From Staples, Stephanie's going. Staples.
Stephanie's going to Staples. Stephanie's going to Staples. Because Stephanie looks like this.
Yeah, I'm spitting out blank pieces of paper.
Hey Daniel,
What?
what do you think about the lefties wanting to socialize?
It will never happen. It will never happen because I know that there are multiple medical providers who will leave medicine if it turns socialized. As a matter of fact, it means
Oh my God, I want.
you only get this kind of care. You only get this medication for this. If it doesn't work too fucking bad, basically the government decides you live or die.
And if you're over a certain age, then you don't get the treatment because somebody younger may need it.
There are 5 ladies in this office. What do you think about?
Going to be president and vice president.
What do I think about the COVID vaccine?
Nazi Kamala.
Might be mandatory. Okay, here's my thing about the COVID vaccine. I know. Here's the deal. I mean, thank you, Amanda. If the COVID vaccine truly works, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, has COVID been politicized? Yes, COVID has been massively politicized. But is COVID real? Yes, it is. Now, I am not comfortable taking the vaccine on this first round that is being put out. I want to, because even though the different pharmacy manufacturers are saying that they have a 94% effective rate, 99% effective rate, whatever, that's in a small controlled group. Okay. But they're not saying what the side effects are, and on who the vaccine didn't work for in that trial group. So I want to see how the vaccine truly works first. So I wouldn't take it this first round. That's just me. Now, the second round, once it's completely been studied and everything, you know, I mean, I really don't have a problem getting it. They're going to start with healthcare workers with the vaccine. Texas, as a matter of fact, is getting 1.5 million doses of the vaccine.
We're a pilot state, aren't we?
No, it's not a pilot state. I mean, the vaccine is approved.
We were set up for like pilot distribution.
Right. The CDC is, thank you, David. The CDC is sending 1.5 million doses here, and those are supposed to go to healthcare workers first.
As they should.
As they should. Because, you know, what they figured out is, you know, COVID spreads amongst healthcare workers. It just happens.
And nursing home residents.
Right.
Get them vaccinated.
I don't see them right now forcing anybody to take it. I really don't. But even if they do, no, I'm not even going to say that. Because you are not forced to vaccinate your child. Okay. So they can't reverse precedent.
Yeah.
And require you to take the COVID vaccine unless they're going to require you to vaccinate for every fucking thing. So that's what I'm saying. Don't go off the fact they're distributing this vaccine. They're going to make it mandatory. They're going to have to reverse a whole, and this issue is going to wind up being debated in the Supreme Court for a little while before it becomes mandatory. I guarantee it. So I don't see it happen. I don't see it becoming mandatory. Not for several years. So don't worry about, oh my God, they're going to make us all take it. Stop conspiracy theorying, all that shit. Stop it. I'm talking about conspiracy theories. I don't care if you decorate your ass with tinsel. Go ahead.
I was going to try and make it every week,
Well, you know,
I've seen that you came in halfway into the conversation, but on with it.
Keep on keeping on, baby.
Well, Michelle said you are.
Well, okay, so here's one. Okay. What do I think of Bill Gates saying if you don't take the vaccine, you won't be able to buy on Amazon? Bill Gates doesn't own Amazon, so I don't give a shit what he says. Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. And that's going to be going back to the vaccinating your child precedent. They're not going to be able to do it.
I mean, if you chose not to vaccinate your child and they haven't had a whooping cough, I don't want my kid sitting next to your kid that hasn't had a whooping cough vaccine.
Right.
Hasn't had hepatitis vaccination. Hasn't had measles vaccination. Chickenpox vaccination. Who am I going to sit my grandkids next to?
Basically, what it's doing is it's in the child thing. It's not a for thing.
You can't force that on people.
Well, okay, somebody says, do you think they can make it mandatory for public schools or the university system? No, because they don't make it. They overturn the whole mandatory vaccinate your child thing for measles, mumps, rubella, and all of that shit. You don't have to vaccinate your child for them to go to school. So you shouldn't have to vaccinate your child from COVID either. And that is private. health information. So that cannot be shared with anybody. Now, they can share it and say, we have 4 or 5 students in this school that are not COVID vaccinated, that said they weren't going to do that, that their parents decided not to. And give the parents that want to the option of going to school or not,
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's just like the schools that if you have a child, I have a friend of mine that lives in West Texas who there's one child in their entire school that has a peanut allergy. The rest of the kids can't bring peanut butter sandwich to school. Well,
if they
then it became an ordeal. Now they have a peanut allergy campus.
What do I think of the vaccine? Can the vaccine change your DNA? No! Your DNA is based off of genetics given to you by your mother and your father. It cannot change your DNA. Just like the measles, mumps, and rubella shot cannot change your DNA. The flu shot cannot change your DNA. Stop being a bunch of conspiracy theorists over everything. Stop panicking over everything.
My whole thing is a stem cell transplant doesn't change your DNA. How is a vaccine going to
Right.
change your DNA?
People need to stop that shit.
And you get a stem cell, complete new blood, bone marrow.
And I'm not saying that the people in our live right now are stupid for asking that question. The reason why they are asking that question is because that is what they have been told by somebody, whether it be by the news, by one of their friends, or something. I'm not saying they are making that shit up. What I am saying is don't believe it. Use common sense. Your DNA is given to you by your mother and your father. Done. Right.
Why is nothing saying, why is the guy yelling? You're not in a 40-acre field. Clearly, you're new to this town.
That's what I'm saying.
We all don't care. You can keep on scrolling.
How can insurance deny a bone stem when they are already covered the surgery, but the bones aren't healed? I'm not sure what you're meaning there, Lanning.
Everybody that likes this loves it when Daniel goes off.
I know.
The one person that's like, why is he yelling? So that's what he does.
What is one word I could use to describe these ladies? Heifers.
Even though they,
Yes.
Not every single one of us is not none of us are heifers.
She was doing some.
In my mind, y'all are heifers.
Not everybody in here is heifer.
but Stephanie is a heifer.
Oh, you're talking about a stimulation machine to make the bone grow again. Well, it might the stem machine and making the bone grow, that is truly experimental. So that's what it is. Can you see my buckle pockets? Yes, you can. See, I don't have buckle jeans on.
I've had the COVID. Should I worry about the vaccine?
It's going to mutate.
Yeah.
It'll be like the flu.
It's gonna be like the flu. It's gonna mutate. It's gonna
It won't
be
be a one-time vaccine. It will
Right.
be a yearly vaccine. It will mutate every year, just like the flu does. With the flu vaccine you get this year, where were they active? What was active last year that is a dead mutation of it that they injected? That's the reason people still get the flu the
Right.
following year because every single year the virus, it will grow, it will change.
How do I think the world has changed? Oh my Lord.
Because of COVID or because of the world?
Well, here's the thing. There is so much division now. I mean, I'm sitting here watching family members literally separate from each other forever because of who they supported for the presidency.
Oh, Lord, I know.
You know, B, because of their beliefs over COVID. C, because of racial issues and what people believe. And, you know, who's caused the division? Well, in my mind, honest to God, we as the American people have caused the division. Because we as a people have become so indoctrinated to Barack Obama is a god, Trump is trash, if black people got shot, they deserved it. Mexicans should get their families separated at the border. We've all become indoctrinated to all of that. And and because there's so many platforms now in which to say your piece, okay? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Clapper, We Do, whatever the fuck that one is. You know, Fox News, CNN, OAN, Newsmax. You know, there's so much, you know, and what I think a lot of people don't understand too is what you type out in a Facebook post a lot of times gets misconstrued. Okay. And it gets turned. Well, whoever wrote said phrase on Facebook, some of their people will defend them against haters, right? Because everybody's got haters. And it does nothing but become a slap on in a rock throwing contest. And there's no sense in it. You know, stop taking offense at somebody that disagrees politically with you, that disagrees religiously with you, that disagrees racially with you. It is okay to have different points of view. There's a saying that one of my attorneys uses in the courtroom all the time. And it is, if both of us agree, then one of us is unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Okay? So stop looking for a reason. You know, Joe Biden is not wrong in everything that he says or does. Okay? He's not. Trump is not right in everything he says or does. Okay? I don't agree with half of what Trump says as far as his, you know, gloating and off the cuff speech. I don't agree with a lot of it. Okay. But I agree with his policies on a lot of them. Okay. I don't agree with hardly anything that Joe Biden says because I truly can't understand it. But I don't disrespect him as a man.
Well, it goes back to the old saying, like, respect others.
Treat others as you would want to be treated. Respect others. Yes. I mean,
Human beings make it in this world. Don't be
I
ashamed.
right.
Literally, it's not hard to be good human.
And see, okay, now here's something that Sly Dave right here said. He said, right now, I believe Republicans want to save this country and Democrats per policy want to destroy it. No, Sly Dave, you are wrong. And here's why you are wrong. Because not all Democrats per policy want to destroy America. There are certain Democrats per policy that want to destroy America. There are certain Democrats policy that believe their policies are going to do better than Republican policies. That doesn't mean they want to destroy America. That means they think that their policies are going to be better. Now, understand, nobody knows whose policy is going to work until it's implemented. Okay? There are plenty of Trump's policies that he was going to implement that I would, oh shit, no. But some of them worked and some of them didn't. But some of them that did work, I was going, no, don't do that. And then it turned out so nobody knows. So no, not all Democrats want to destroy America. Not all Republicans want to fix America. I mean, my God, Mitt Romney, the biggest rhino in history, besides John McCain. Okay, he is a Republican in name only because a Democrat is not going to get elected to go to the Senate in Utah. All right. So not all Democrats are out to destroy America, and there are actually a lot of Democrats that agree with Republican policies or that will reach across the aisle and say, how can we work together? What we see on the news is Democrats throwing rocks at Republicans and Republicans throwing rocks at Democrats. Sit down and look at it in its entirety. So that's my what I think. Now, what do I think of young people today? Well,
We all don't.
Not all of them.
not all young people suck. Now,
They're taught to be entitled.
they are. There is a lot of entitlement that is taught. And just because you are an American does not make you entitled to anything.
You want.
Okay? I've had to work my ass off for everything I have. Just like every one of you did. Okay? I had to work my ass off for everything I have. Just like everybody else. Now, there are some people, there's some kids who believe that they are entitled, that it is their right to have a free education. No, it's not. I had to pay for my fucking college, so you. Okay?
The rest of us all had to pay our student loans off. By God,
Right. I'm not paying your student loans off. I had to pay mine off. You are entitled to free health care. Well, no, you're not, because if the doctor doesn't want to see you, the doctor doesn't have to see you. You're not entitled to any kind of health care. A doctor does not have to see anybody.
The doctor doesn't have to give you what you tell them.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Exactly.
I think it's weird when we're talking about doctors and medication. And
You think a doctor
you have that
has
one
a
person
favor to
coming
you?
in here.
Not now. And they have
Like opiates or like Xanax, stuff like that. I'm talking, if I went in there and I said, hey, I'm a thyroidist, I want to take Synthyroid, not any of the rest. You think they would give me Synthyroid? I mean, I don't know what the.
No.
I suggested what is something I wanted to take care of. Like I did a lot of research on like antidepressants and stuff like that. And originally, this was whenever Ben was born 8 years ago. I said I want to be on this antidepressant because it has less effects than the other.
If the doctor sees a medical reason for you to take that medicine, then there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not gonna walk in and be like, hey, give me some Xanax.
Now, here's a question. How can Medicare pay 80% out of $400 when someone needs an O2 machine? Because Medicare is an 80-20 plan. That's why.
that's it.
Medicare paid right. You're responsible for the 20% copay. Now, somebody asked me, do I believe in using a milk on children? Yes, I do.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I do. But understand. Yeah, understand. Understand. There is a difference. There is a difference in abuse. There's a difference in abuse. Hey! There's a difference in abuse and a difference in spanking. Okay. I was abused. I know what that's like. Okay. And, you know, my kids will not be abused. They will be spanked. Okay. They will be disciplined. Right. Now, I do not. Now, Jessica and I are of the same mindset. I'll whoop any child's
No,
ass.
Catherine, what's the rule? Your kid's at my house.
You get your ass whooped.
It's my child. If they're my child.
That's exactly
And they
right.
be treated as my child.
I'm gonna love your child like my child. I'm gonna beat your child like my child. You know, if they're acting a fool, they're gonna get their ass busted. We have our own podcast. Katie White.
Well, you gotta whoop your kid's ass. Like, if you whoop your kid's ass, I'm gonna whoop your kid's ass. I'll whoop that.
Right.
And I'll give them that dirty look when they're screaming and yelling or something. I'll be like,
Oh,
I've had an old lady yell at me for whooping my kid in the middle of
I
Walmart.
and I'll tell you, you know, now a lot of times.
Away to somebody at Target after I whipped their ass one time, and they're just staring at me, and I was like, "You want them? You can take them."
A lot of times,
Give them back.
you know, like a lot of times, I don't have to spank my children because my bark
Oh, we don't drag our kids to the bathroom.
does enough. No, if I'm gonna whip my child in public, I'm whipping in public. I'm not taking the time to walk all the way across the store and go to the bathroom. No,
Look, when we get home, you're gonna get in trouble.
nah, right then.
Of the ass whooping is what's gonna hit them before the pain from me giving them the ass whooping.
Right.
Two boys.
And it's like, do you remember what happened at Target the other day? Do you want it to happen again? Now, I'm not gonna drag my child from one side of the store to the other. I ain't got that kind of time. Not to mention the fact it's harder to spank your child
When they know
when when they know it's coming, so they're trying to fight you to get away from you. Right. Right? Now I have literally I didn't put him in a headlock. I put my arm under his arms and held him. Whack. You know, because I couldn't put him in a headlock and I choked him. I've done that.
I don't care about him being with a tongue for more than once.
Oh, they're like, yes.
That is so sad. Everybody who's on here giving their stories about being adopted and abused, like, I feel for you guys. I'm so sorry. Some of us have been in those similar situations. People suck. That's why I say just be good.
My 25-year-old kid to walk.
Yeah.
Deserve it.
Yeah.
It was so funny. My dad asked my oldest the other day. He was like, "How many times have I whooped your ass?" And Hayden was like, "None." And he's like, "How many times has your mom whooped your ass?" And he said, "More times than I can remember."
Right. And that's, I mean, and there are, of course, at the same,
And then I'll love you. But you gotta understand, there's a way you can behave and there's a way you cannot.
right. I mean, there are, I mean, you know, if all the kids in the house are acting a fool, we'll take them outside and I will make them run and run and run and run and run and run and run.
Military push-ups.
Yes.
More than once, I took Gavin down 5 miles down the road, put him out, and drove behind him as he ran back.
Yep.
I've done that to Jackson before.
Really?
Yes, I did. But I'll be like, get in the car. He's like, what? We'll just get in the fucking car.
You're right.
Drive
I
down
mean-
the road, get out, run. And he's like, Mom, I don't give a damn.
Oh, whenever, when we adopted the 15-year-old that we took, right. And they brought him home. Some friends brought him home at night one time, drunk. He's 16 at that time. And they rang the doorbell.
What are we talking about?
I opened the door. And they said, well, we brought him home because he couldn't drive. And I said, where is he? Oh, he took off running.
Lock all the doors.
No. I got a truck. Drove down, found him laid over a fence. I grabbed him by the back of the shirt. I grabbed him by the back of the pants. I opened my door. Now, I'm not going to say that his head hit the door intentionally or unintentionally. I'm just going to say his head hit the door as he was getting in the truck. And I told him if he puked in my truck, I was going to kill him. We got back to the house, shoved him in the front door, to which he fell, and woke up the next morning in Hayden's playpen because he had fallen over into the playpen. 16. And I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, grabbed him by the back of the head, pulled him up out of the playpen, put him in my truck, drove to the flats, got him out, said run to the house.
The like 2 mile flat area.
Yeah,
between
said run to the house. My house was a mile outside of Lingleville from the flats, about 5 miles.
Yeah, that's a journey.
And said, run. He said, oh, I'm sick. You're going to be a lot sicker by the time I get to the house. No. And he said, I'm going to puke. You won't have any puke left. Go ahead. And I'm not kidding you. I drove the bar ditch. And every now and then, in front of my truck, touched his ass.
I got caught sneaking out of my house one time. And we lived in the country in the middle of flipping nowhere. So our doors were never locked, windows were never locked.
What?
Well, I got home and every window was locked, every door was locked. Now, mind you, my front door didn't even have a key lock. Like it was an interior doorknob on an outside door. So I couldn't have unlocked it if I wanted to. So I banged on my sister's window until she got up and came in and let me in, and I went to bed. My dad never got up. He let me sleep until about 9 that morning. When I finally got up and went to the kitchen, on the front porch was insulation. This is July.
Oh, we
re-insulated
re-insulated the
our
attic
attic.
in the middle of July, so it's 130
He never
degrees.
said, "Where were you?" He
Didn't
"Where
care.
were you?"
Yep.
Didn't say what time I got home. He just said, "That's yours. Go to the attic." And he let me go up there. I'm 16, 17 years old in a tank top and a little pair of shorts because it's hot, right? So I insulated the attic with fiberglass, roll out fucking insulation. Then he let me take a hot shower when I was done. I heard for 2 weeks before that. And he never, ever, ever said anything about me not being home. There you go.
But it was one of those, he
I
didn't.
never, I'm not gonna say I never snuck out again, but I was way more careful.
It was one of those, he didn't need to say anything
I
because
knew.
you knew that he knew.
Yeah.
That was all there was to it.
I was 16 years old, whipping a 16-year-old girl wasn't gonna do nobody good.
Right.
Good. Didn't matter. I still had to drive to 4 o'clock in the morning. I still had to go to school. My sister's to school. I still play ball. Still don't play. Couldn't take my car away. This is the
Just if I
90s.
missed
They don't have
anything.
cell phones. Didn't have internet. Didn't have computer.
Jared's brothers would just go out and get drunk all the time, and they would just come home, sneak out, come back in, and nobody ever said anything to them. But at 4 a.m. every single morning, their dad would get up and say, "Go feed the cows, go get some work done." 4 o'clock every single morning.
Oh, Gavin had to fill a 5-gallon bucket of Cleachy rock out of our driveway more than once. I'd give him the bucket and say, "Go pick up rock out of the Cleachy driveway." So he'd get it full, he'd bring it back to me, and I'd go, "Okay," and I'd walk out there and dump them all back out and hand it back and go again. Right. Especially he said, "I'm bored, I got nothing to do." Okay, there you go. He got done saying that real fast. He'd go find some good place. Play some in the closet.
What?
Like where you went.
They locked in the closet, locked in the closet. For how long? 2 hours. I don't know.
Well, that's fucked up.
I was like, bikes going at me. Most of the scars that I have. How old was he when you left? How old were you when you found him? I moved out when I was 17. So you had to do it for 17 years. Well,
Throughout,
I lived with my aunt for 3 years. In between that time, he went to prison. When he got out of prison, he got full custody of us, and it all started up again. And I moved out when I was 17.
do I feel social media has ruined everything, like ruined kids, ruined romance and shit like that? It has not ruined everything, but there are certain aspects of social media that does ruin people's lives, but it's because people are allowing them to let it ruin their lives.
Right.
You don't have to be on TikTok. You don't have to be on Facebook. You don't have to do any of that. You are making that conscious choice. So did social media ruin it? No, you did by getting on.
Well,
You made that conscious
I was out of
choice.
nowhere.
Hey, you know, it's already been an hour.
I know. You're saying that because you're hungry.
Well, you was right.
See?
I think we need to go somewhere to eat just because Stephanie looks so pretty today. She wants to go eat and now she's like, fuck all y'all.
If he takes us out, will you wear your hair like that?
My hair.
I mean, your
Face, your face like that.
Chris, we don't know where.
Sure.
Everybody keeps saying that.
How can they keep our kids safe from gun violence?
Teach your kids how to use a gun. Teach your kids how to use a gun. Teach your kids how to store a gun. Teach your kids respect for firearms, not fear of firearms. And then teach your children to be aware of their surroundings. You know, like I have said before, you could set a bomb off next to me and I wouldn't care. What I would care about is the little things that I missed that led up to that bomb going off. So I'm always, no matter where I'm at, I'm always looking around and seeing what's around me and all of that. Why are you looking like a fucking German
He's trying to
general?
figure out what's in your hand.
It's a United States Postal Service receipt from when I bought stamps. What does it matter?
Well, we're still here. We're just shadowing.
So where are we gonna go eat? Where are you gonna distribute?
I have no idea. Anyway, we got to go till next week. Bye, y'all. Bye-bye.
I'm not Hitler. Bye. See ya.
What's up?
Thank you so much.